The Roundtable of Longevity Clinics took place at the Buck Institute in California recently, and the event, organised by the International Institute for Longevity, really brought together leaders and innovators from all over the world. It was a great event. Now, Peter Diamandis needs little introduction, and he sat down with Joanna Bensz of Longevity Centre to share his thoughts on data, wearables, quantified self, and really how AI is going to be a key tool in longevity, both at a macro level, but also at an N of one level. So it was a great interview. Take a look.
Peter, thank you very much for coming to our event.
Of course.
We are at the International Institute of Longevity event dedicated to longevity clinics. Where do you think the future of longevity clinics is going the next 10 years?
So there are two different parts to this. There's the diagnostics and the therapeutic side. The diagnostics today is expensive, and it is, large MRI and CT and DEXA scan machines. I think that eventually we're going to see the same road that we've seen with every other technology, that when we digitize something, we can dematerialize, demonetize, and democratize this. What I call the 6 Ds of exponentials. And I think we're going to move a lot of the diagnostic side out of the hospitals, out of the doctor's office, out of the clinics, I call them centers, into the home, where at home we're eventually going to have our, I'm wearing my CGM, my Oura ring. We're going to have a multitude of sensors on the body, in your bed, in your toilet, in your car, every place, collecting data about you 24/7. So I think a lot of that diagnostic side will dematerialize. We may still have, in fact, the size of MRI machines is shrinking. But I think the therapeutic side, where we're going to be delivering a whole set of advanced therapeutics, I think will also, will likely be delivered in the centers, in the longevity centers. So I think we're going to shift. Today, most of the centers are 90% diagnostics and 10% therapeutics, where the therapeutics is advice, it is hormone, lifestyle, all of those things. But we're not delivering yet, stem cells, or epigenetic reprogramming, or advanced genetic treatments. And I think we will get there. I think we'll get there this decade. And a lot of those therapeutics will be at the centers. But a lot of the diagnostics will be, again, at your home or on you, uploaded to your AI that's gathering all of this data and is monitoring small micro changes through the day.
Many of the clinics are not using wearable devices. They don't consider them a medical solution. But how can we make it more effective, actually, for clinics to understand that taking this approach of digitalizing, bringing the digital aspects of a lifestyle into the medical field could be actually a very added value to the first screening of diagnostics?
Yeah, I think that's going to happen as they lose their members to those centers that do have the wearables. Because I think, the idea that you go once a year to go and get, I use the term uploaded to the cloud, is too infrequent. I think, the notion that every day my data is being collected. In addition to this stuff, I have, a blood pressure cuff that's connected, and a in-body weight system that's connected, that's monitoring not just my weight, but my muscle mass and BMI and all of those things. So there's a whole, I have a large venture fund that's investing in these technologies, and they're getting better and better, more and more accurate.
So we know how to test. How can we motivate the client then to change? Because they will be very well monitored and actually going forward even more than...
So we need to make it so convenient, so easy that... So where are we going? We're going towards a world where we're wrapped with AI everywhere, on our bodies, in our home, in our office, in our car. So if you've ever seen the movie Iron Man, there's Jarvis is the AI. So I want you to imagine that you turn on Jarvis as your health coach, and you're going to be talking to it all the time. It's going to be helping you recognizing people's faces, remembering people's birthdays, making your life automatic and magical. And so you can turn on Health Coach and it's going to say, Peter, instead of taking the elevator, there's stairs right over there. Listen, don't eat so quickly. Slow down and chew your food 20 times. And before you take your first bite, take a deep breath in, activate your parasympathetic system. It will help coach you minute to minute, day to day, if you want. You can turn it off, but if you want, and I think people need to make a choice. They need to make a choice about, do they want to have a longevity mindset? Do they want to basically extend their health span? I think that is something you can do. The other thing is, I want you to imagine a future in which, when you're being monitored 24/7, your blood chemistries, that is being uploaded to your kitchen, and the robot in your kitchen is preparing food that is specifically for your biochemistry today, right? What do you need right now? And so the food that you get meets exactly your needs, your caloric intake and such.
And your restrictions as well.
And your restrictions. You can override that if you want. But it's, how do we make it so convenient, so easy, that you'd have to go out of your way to be unhealthy? I think that's a future we're looking for.
So what do you think about the role of mindset in all this?
So I think mindset is the single most important thing. I teach mindsets. I talk about the notion of having a purpose-driven mindset. If you have a world in which your future is bigger than your past, you're looking forward to the life you're living into. I think about a longevity mindset, and I talk about this. A longevity mindset is the understanding, the belief that science is getting more and more capable of extending your health span, that in some period in the future, maybe it's 5 years, maybe it's 10, 15, 20, but at some point, science is going to begin to extend your life for more than a year for every year that you're alive. And if that's the case, then you are going to want to take care of yourself to intercept those breakthroughs.
Yeah.
And there has to be a mindset motivation that keeps you, getting up out of bed at 6 a.m. or 6:30 to go to the gym, or has you refuse that dessert, or has you refuse an extra glass of wine.
I love what actually Dean Ornish said today, that people should stop being afraid of dying, but start actually living.
Yes, I love that's beautiful.
Really beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's, I think, summarize our discussion. So thank you very much for your time, and thank you very much for being with us.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.